To you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of tea, my Lipton green tea in my Arizona cup here. I always do the weather to start. It's been raining here. It's been raining all day yesterday. Yesterday we were at the MM Resort in New Washington, Aklan with Edgar and met Edgar's friends in here in Calibo that he's met here. Had a great time, had an amazing time with our friends and Edgar, Gray, Nicole. Just a fun day. We went, Dazzle and Mom, they were fishing. Leanna was swimming. There was barbecue, plenty of food. You know, it's just a great day. I mean, it was like we got there early. We got there like at 8 a.m. and it was sprinkling. Then all throughout the day, it would stop, then downpour, stop, then downpour. But it didn't dampen our fun. It was still a great time. Karaoke, did karaoke. So I kind of hopefully I didn't catch a cold because it was kind of chilly, you know, and then you're getting wet in the rain. But I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. As far as the weather here in the Philippines, there's still a tropical depression. Ramil, that's like the number 18, 18 typhoon of the year. Normally the Philippines, we get about 18 to 20. So we've met our quota already and it's only October. So there's still a chance that we'll get typhoons in November and December. So we might be right at 20 by the time the year is over. Right now, the tropical depression is in Quezon. It's in Quezon province. That's in Luzon, central Luzon. So in Metro Manila today, Camarines, that Bicol region, Quezon, Laguna, Pangasinan, it'll be stormy today. Stormy weather in Luzon. Actually, today, I would say it's, what time is it now? Almost 7. The rain here stopped. It rained all night. It rained all night in our area here, and it stopped maybe around 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the morning is when it finally stopped. But it's still sprinkling right now, so it would not surprise me if it starts raining again here. And then for the Visayas region, it says here, Palawan, Visayas, tropical storm Ramil. I guess because the size of it is the reason why it's affecting most of the country. It's just the areas affected. Looking at this map right here, if you can see, there's Luzon right there, and then Visayas. You know, so it's affecting like 2/3 of the country. So this storm is big. That's why we're getting rain all the way to Negros Island. Even in Negros Island, they're getting rain. And what I've seen, usually when storms come, it usually wind. This time around, it's rain, just a lot of rain. Like when they forecast rain here in the Philippines, they go red, orange, and yellow. And orange right there for us here in Western Visayas, here in Panay Island. That's a lot of rain. I've already seen flooding in different parts of Panay Island, Rojas City. Not the entire city, but there's areas in Rojas City that were flooded. There's actually roads in Rojas City, like this road right here. You can see that's the highway where people are standing and you can't pass through the road because it's underwater. It's like you can, if the one car, I'm looking at the picture, it's just the roof of the car showing. So it's above car level on this national highway here in Rojas City. So yeah, it stops transportation. You can't go through there. And a lot of times here, there's really no detour. A lot of times here in Panay Island, when an area of in Capiz or area in Iloilo on the national highway, when it gets flooded, there's no other detour. There's no other way. You just stop there. The buses, the vans, cars, they just park on the road and wait for the water to recede. The good thing is the water don't stay. A lot of times it'll downpour and you'll get flooding. And I've seen the flood stay maybe 8 to 10 hours, but eventually it'll recede once the rain stops and the vehicles will start moving along. But lots of rain, lots of rain. That's what we're getting here in the Philippines today. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Bill. Hey, Bill, I'm wearing my world champion shirt from 2024. So hopefully I can get one for 2025. Four more wins for the Dodgers. And we got this back-to-back championships. Phil M, happy rainy day, Sergi. Hey, my friend. Thank you. Today, actually, I think there's plans because yesterday at the party, the people we met there, Edgar's friends, we had a great time, and they invited us today again, like for supposed to be the beach today, but I don't know about the beach. So it might turn into a party at somebody's house. I think it's a kid's birthday, but they invited us to the beach. But I don't know about the beach today if it keeps raining today. Good morning from cold, chilly Wyoming. Headed there Monday. All right, Belus. My good friend, my brother in Wyoming, in God's country. I bet, the pictures that you posted on your Facebook, man, it does look like it's getting cold in Wyoming. Looks like winter is almost upon them. But you're perfect for you, man. It's like you timed it just right because Belus is headed to the Philippines. So that's like, works out great for you, man. You don't have to suffer the winter in Wyoming. Just listening in. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And God bless. Safe travels. I know I saw on your post that delayed or something, but that happens. That happens. So I'm sure you're eager to get back to the Philippines. Good night. All right. Good night. All right. Kevin Shores. Hey, Kevin. Good morning. I love you. All right. Thank you. What's that? I can't read. It's like Angela Barrios. All right. Thank you so much. Today, my topic, I was just thinking I don't have notes for my topic. I just woke up this morning. I actually slept really good because when it's raining, I sleep good. We didn't even have the AC on because it's nice and cool here. It's like a cool morning. But when I woke up, I was just answering comments, messages, and I was just thinking about the topic. And the thing that came to my mind is embracing the culture in the Philippines. That's gonna be my topic. And it came to my mind because of Edgar. He's the inspiration. Because Edgar, the minute he got here to the Philippines, he just renewed his 1 month. So Edgar has made the 1 month mark here in the Philippines, spending his whole time here in Calibo, living at La Casa Española Apartel. But from the time that Edgar arrived here in the Philippines, he has just embraced the Philippines, the culture here. Second day that Edgar got here, he was already eating carinderia food. And to me, that impressed me. Because a lot of times, Americans, foreigners, when they come to the Philippines, it takes them the while to try Filipino food. They get here, and I understand, if Filipino food can be intimidating, especially carinderia. If you go to carinderia, usually I recommend to people, if they're gonna try Filipino food, try it in a nice cafe, nice restaurant. That way they'll serve it in a nice dish. You know, it's not so intimidating because if your first time experience in Filipino food is the carinderia, there's mom right there. She's she's having her coffee. She's having her coffee. If it's your first time eating Filipino food and you're eating at the carinderia, I know that can be intimidating. You know, it's like you go to a carinderia and you're looking. Your eyes are gonna be like, what are all these? You know, it's like if you go to a carinderia, usually there's like 15 to 20 dishes in a carinderia. All kinds of different vegetable dishes, meat dishes, different colors, whole fish fried, you know. It could be intimidating, you know, what to get. You know, it's like, it's easier if you ease into Filipino food, especially if you've never had Filipino food. You know, go to a restaurant, order yourself like usually pancit. Pancit is rice noodles with vegetables. Usually that's it with some little pieces of meat in it, chicken or pork or shrimp. Lumpia is like the Filipino egg roll. You know, start slow and then maybe like a adobo, like pork adobo, chicken adobo, and rice. You know, usually that's a basic Filipino dish, a starter. You know, because I know it can be intimidating. You go to, especially here in Aklan province, you go to like a carinderia here in Aklan province, you know, they got like goat meat. You know, goat meat is not common, right? You know, if you go to the US, you know, goat meat is not usually served. You know, it's like it can be a little gamey sometimes when they cook goat meat. I just saw your video. You guys are in some kind of resort in Aklan with Edgar. Oh, yes, and Leanna and Daz and everyone. You're eating milk. Yes. That was MM Resort in New Washington, Aklan. Actually, Edgar invited us to that party. Edgar was having a party with his friends that he's met since he's been here. You know, it's like, and that's the thing I was going to mention, like embracing the culture. That's why I think Edgar's having fun. I mean, the past month here, you know, the pictures that Edgar shares with me on his Facebook, he's gone to the beach, he's gone to resorts. This is not the first resort that Edgar's gone to. He goes to the mall. He's just like active here. He's always go to the swimming pool, you know, just out and about. And he's met people while he's here. You know, it's like, and he's become friends of his. That's why he invited me and Dazzle and my family, because he's like, hey, join us. We're having a get together. I said, all right, you know, it's like, we're there. So we had a great time. And now we're friends with Edgar's friends. You know, it's like, they're really good people. You know, it's like, I'm really happy for Edgar because he met some good people, you know. And to me, that's not really hard to do. You know, it's like here in the Philippines, I think when you got that attitude of you're like, you want to embrace the culture, like eating simple thing like eating carinderia food. That will endear you to a lot of in Filipinos here. Even just you sitting in a carinderia, a foreigner, when you sit at a carinderia, people will look. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, people will stare. But they will have some admiration for you because they're looking at you there, and of course you're gonna be like, what's this? You're asking that, right? And then some people might even explain the food to you because Filipinos are just like that, especially here in the province. You know, it's like people here in the province are just so friendly, kind, or humble. Province people are just like, to me, what they remind me of is what when I grew up in the Philippines in the 70s, when I would go to my province in Bulacan, they're just like down to earth, humble people. You know, you go to the province here, you're not gonna see people with mansions, Filipinos with mansions, mostly expats. You know, expats got mansions here, but like Filipinos, there are some Filipinos that are well off, but 95% of the Filipinos that you will meet here in the province, they're gonna be like down to earth people, humble people, but they will share whatever they have. You know, it's like they'll welcome you to their home. It might not be much of a home, or they might not be able to serve you your steaks or expensive food, but whatever the food they have, fish, vegetables, they will share it with you, and they will welcome you into their home. And to me, that's why I fell in love. I fell in love with Aklan province when I got here, because I saw that immediately. Even when I was in Boracay, I befriended locals in Boracay. I'm not friends with like the tourists. The tourists is like what the locals are making money off. That's their life. But the locals in Boracay, the people that live in Tambisaan, Barangay Tambisaan, Barangay Diniwi, those areas, Barangay Yapak, those are the locals. And when you meet the locals here, and become friends with them, you will have a better time here. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. The people that I've seen that have embraced the culture of the Philippines, you don't have to learn the language. It's like people always tell me, do I have to learn Tagalog? There's so many languages in the Philippines, so many that you don't even need to learn the language. A simple words like kumusta ka, like how are you? Maganda ka, you're pretty, or mabait ka, just a simple Tagalog, or you don't need to learn the whole Tagalog language. That would like endear you to a lot of Filipinos, and you will have a better experience here in the Filipinos. I think the people that don't have that full Filipino experience here in the Philippines are the ones that are like, I'm not bashing them or anything, but the ones that go to those bubble areas, like BGC. I know, it's like, because BGC to me is just like being in the United States. Nothing wrong with it, I know a lot of people go there because, it's high price. It's got all the Western amenities, restaurants, it's got like TGIF Fridays, got Texas Roadhouse, steak places, but the people that you will meet in BGC, they are not the same people that you will meet in the provinces. In BGC, everybody dresses up. Everybody's well dressed in BGC. You can't just go in a cafe in BGC looking like somebody that came from the province. You're gonna get they're gonna notice you if you're dressed like you're one of us here in the province. We're in board shorts and flip flops. BGC is it's like. That's where people wear designer clothes. It's like imported items from the United States. Big on like name brands. Here in the province, man, people just like, hey, half the time people don't even wear a shirt here. It's like if it's hot outside, you'll see guys like with no shirt and just board shorts and flip flops here. You have a cool family, Kevin Shores. Oh, thank you, Kevin Shores. I know, man. I know I am blessed. It's like we have fun. It's like Dazzle, Liana, Mom, and I. We just have a great dynamic. We always have fun because to me, it's like life's too short. I've had my battles with my health. Now I'm getting better. I just want to enjoy life, and Dazzle and I, both of us, Dazzle and I, just have a better appreciation to life now. What we had to go through when I was going through my treatments. So usually that's the first step. If you can, start trying Filipino food, that's a step. Because you're gonna get invited to Filipino parties here. It's like I have not met, unless you're really like an introvert, you don't like getting together with people, maybe you can isolate. But to me, that's not fun. To me, what's fun is like meeting people, meeting new people, it's like attend, and when you attend, of course, they're going to have Filipino food and stuff. Like I said, just start slow. Start with a lumpia, pancit. Usually most Filipino parties will have that. And then, of course, lechon. Most people like lechon. Lechon is that roasted whole pig. That's a common item here at parties if you attend the parties. Crispy skin, man. It's like, to me, that's like it's like eating bacon. It's like the meat of the lechon, like especially like the rib part, the belly part. That's like bacon. Like eating bacon, and then with the skin like crispy chicharron. It's like You can't go wrong with eating lechon or a lechon belly. They even cook just the lechon belly part. They'll bake that. Another thing that you can embrace yourself with the culture here. I know not everybody likes karaoke. It's like uh, some people probably never did karaoke, but I always tell people when you come to the Philippines, just to learn one song, like have your go-to song, like uh, something that you're familiar with, a song that you like. I think everybody's got a song that they like. You don't have to sing it well. It's like I don't think anybody really sings karaoke well here. It's like karaoke is, to me, it's just like for fun. And with Filipinos, most parties, it's hard to find a party, a get together where they won't have karaoke. Karaoke is like a big part of the Filipino culture. So like Edgar, I'll give you an example with Edgar. I know Edgar now. I've gone karaoke with him now twice at the resort, and one night we had our karaoke night. Edgar sings one song. He's got a go-to song. He likes "Money for Nothing" from Dire Straits. So every time we go karaoke, he knows the song, and he sounds good singing it too, because I can tell he liked the song, from the MTV generation back in the 80s. So that's Edgar's song. And just that one song, when you sing it, and you don't have to sing any other song, because now you can say, well, I already sang, and people, oh yeah, and people just like, when you do that at a party, they just, they give, they'll tell you, oh, Edgar's a cool guy, he's not killjoy. That killjoy is like when you're the person that, that don't want to sing, or everybody's singing, you don't want to sing, it's like, they're not gonna force you. Nobody can force you to sing, but you'll hear the word killjoy here, like you're killing the joy. But like I said, just learn one song. It's like I think everybody's got like one favorite song, and easy enough to learn it and then sing it. And then if you sing it one time at karaoke, the next time you sing it, it'll be easy. Because once you've done it, oh, I could do it. Next time you could do it. Practice at home. Just practice that one song. That will really endear you to like Filipinos here, because Filipinos love karaoke. They love making fun of themselves. They love laughing. It's like, to me, that's what karaoke is all about. When you sing karaoke, it's not just who's the best singer or who's the highest score. It's not. It's the laughter that comes in, afterwards, after the singing. It just puts everybody in a good mood. I was never really big on karaoke till I got back here to the Philippines, and I learned that quickly, that it's a big part of the culture here, and you will endear yourself to Filipinos. The other thing that Filipinos like to do here is drinking. And me, I don't drink anymore, and I have an excuse, because now I'm recovering. I don't need alcohol in my system, so at least people know that. So I don't get pressured by people anymore, and Dazzle will tell them that, don't pressure Ginno with drinking, because you will get pressured here with drinking. When you go to like a party here, there's this thing here called tagay. Tagay is like they'll have like a cup, like let's say they'll have a glass, a shot glass or a cup. Usually the cup, they'll put like beer on it, usually Red Horse too. It's usually Red Horse, or a shot of tanduay rum, or Emperador, or sometimes they'll mix it, they'll make like a rum and coke, and they'll give you a glass, right? They'll give you a glass. And that one glass, that tagay, is used by everybody. I know that's probably not, the most COVID friendly, or passing disease or anything, but that's how tagay is here. Filipinos have been doing tagay for many years, decades. It's like it's tradition in the Philippines. So if you've never seen it, you might go, oh, what's going on? So what it is like you'll have the drink. They'll put it in a glass, and they pass the tagay to you, and you gulp it, you drink it, and then it goes to the next person. And if there's like 10 people drinking, that cup will go to like 10 different people, and it just keeps cycling, rotating the whole night, you know. And you can also drink your own beer if you're drinking your own beer, but the tagay will go around and they'll pass that tagay. I mean, like I said, you don't have to partake, you know, but if you do partake, again, that's you're going to be one of the Filipinos. If you do that, you're going to be one of the Filipinos if you do the tagay with a Filipino. And I think that's why even, you know, Edgar's only been here 1 month. He's already have friends, you know. He's already feeling like, you know, he already told me he's like he feels like he made the right decision to come to Calibo, come to the Philippines. And I'm glad that to hear that from Edgar, because, you know, my main thing was like when people come here, especially if you choose Calibo, you know, my main thing is just I want you to have a soft landing in the Philippines. I want you to feel welcome. You know, it's like and I'm glad that Edgar is feeling that he's got friends now. You know, it's like, to me, I mean, for somebody that's only been here a month to have that many friends, you know, we're Edgar. You know, I treat Edgar like my brother now. You know, so he's got me, he's got Dazzle, Mom, Leanna. So if he needs anything from us, you know, but now he's, you know, he has friends now. So now he's planning, you know, for a future, you know, a future here in maybe Calibo, Aklan province. So, you know, he's enjoying his time, and he told me he made the right decision. He made the right decision to come here. Hi, Ginno. How is the job market in Calibo? I am still young enough to do some part-time stuff. I am curious. Job market in Calibo is not that good. You know, the problem with Calibo's not a city. Calibo's just a town. A lot of my classmates, I graduated STI College Calibo with Dazzle. We graduated with information technology degree, 4-year degree, college degree at the STI College Calibo in 2016. And majority of our batchmates, our class was like, there was like, I think 400 to 500 graduates of our class of 2016. Majority of those people don't work in Calibo because there's just not income in Calibo. Most of them headed off to Iloilo City, Cebu City, Manila, or even Boracay. We do have batchmates that graduated with us that work in Boracay. But Calibo, there really is no, I can't think of industry. I don't even know if we have, I've never seen factories in Calibo. Calibo is basically just government employees is what I see the most. Universities, you know, Calibo is the university hub for like the entire province of Aklan. I'm trying to think of businesses and, you know, the mall, but, you know, there's no money to be made. If you're looking for part-time work, no money to be made. And if you're coming here to the Philippines on a visa anyway, you can't work here anyway. You know, you would have to be a Filipino citizen to work in the Philippines, or find yourself an online job in your country. Then when you come back, you know, a lot of people do that here. A lot of digital nomads. I know a lot of digital nomads. My friend Jamal, he's a digital nomad. He works in Dumaguete City. But if you're coming here, you know, thinking that you're anywhere in the Philippines, not just Calibo, the competition is pretty stiff for work here for Filipinos. You know, Filipinos don't make a lot of money, so even if you find a job, you know, it's not going to pay well. It's best if you find a job abroad before you leave your country that you can do here online. You know, that's what I would suggest. I eat almost every single Filipino food here in the USA. All right, you won't, you know, you got it made. You got it made, Kevin. You know, it's like, you know, if you eat, you know, Filipino food, you know, that makes your life easy here. You save you money too if you eat Filipino food, because that's what they serve here, and it's what's cheaper here. You know, a lot of times people that move here and, you know, maintain the American diet of like steak and potatoes, you know, steaks are expensive here. They're not cheap. If you're like meat eater or beef, if you like eating steaks and beef. Charlie Latz, hey, good morning, brother. My brother in Boston, Shohei had such a good performance. 3 home runs and a 10 strike, crazy. I know, I'm just happy he's on our team now, Shohei. I mean, it was like, it's the greatest individual performance I've seen in my lifetime in baseball. I don't think I'll ever see that again. 3 home runs in an elimination game in the playoffs with like 10 strikeouts. He's the unicorn. I mean, we can't expect another Shohei Ohtani. So to me, it's like just enjoy it while he lasts. While hopefully he can stay healthy for a few more years with the Dodgers, and we keep winning championships with him. Andrew, thank you, Ginno. You're welcome, Andrew. All right, I don't have many comments this morning. So what else can I think of that as far as like embracing the culture here? When you embrace the culture, it'll just make your life here more fun. One of the things is like yesterday when we went to the swimming pool, Edgar invited a lot of kids. I know, Leanna had a blast with the kids. Leanna was like swimming with the kids, but at least there were like 6 to 7 kids. But to me, it's just fun to be around that, and I can tell it made Edgar happy, because the kids already look up to Edgar. The kids are like walking around. They're like, every time they pass Edgar, they're like, Tito. They're like, and to me, that's what it's all about. And when you come to the Philippines and you become a Tito to many kids, I mean, my friend Ray in the Philippines, that's how he is too with kids. It's like a lot of kids are like attracted to him because he's good with them. He's like, it just makes for a fun life here in the Philippines. Hey, there's Edgar. All right, Edgar. I was just talking about our day yesterday, Edgar. What an amazing day. Thank you, my brother, for inviting me and my family. We had a great time. Can't wait for the next one. I'm sure we'll have many more get-togethers. Maybe even today. It's like, I know there's supposed to be a birthday party, right, Edgar, on the beach. But I don't know the weather. It's been raining here in Numancia, so I don't know if that's a go. Mom just said maybe it's going to be at my house, maybe. So we'll see. Me, Edgar. I just like going with the flow. No pressure at all. It's like... Hey Troy, my good friend, my Misawa brother, man. Troy and I used to work at the command post. I met Troy at the command post at Misawa Air Base, underground. We used to work at the command post. I think our command post at Misawa, I think we were like 3 stories down beneath the ground. They had, it was secure. It was a secure command post, of course. Like it ran the whole base. Troy and I work in an area where, when you see kind of like, what was that movie? War Games, that the old style war game. We were like in a pit, we were like different representatives. Like me, I was the hospital rep. Troy, I think he was the CBP, MPF rep. Security police is there, fire department is there, and we got like a giant screen with like status of the whole base. We're basically like the battle staff for the whole base. Our commanders were like above us, giving us an instructor down the pit. That's where I met Troy. We spent countless hours, countless days in the command post at Misawa Air Base. Hello, Ginno. Nice to see you this afternoon. All right, just curious. Do they have AFRTS still over there? Yes, the Armed Forces Network, you can get it here. I think it's also available in an app now. I think I can get it, but I think on an app on my phone. But I have to renew my retirement card, man, because I don't have the new CAC card yet. I still have the old blue card. But they do. People get the satellite. People that have satellite dish here, they they get that box. I don't know if they're still doing the box. You might be able to do it without the box now, but people have AFN, Armed Forces Network, so you can catch all the sports. Same thing that we had at Misawa, Japan. All the channels we used to get in Japan. That's common here. A lot of your military retirees here have Armed Forces Network here. And it works on a regular satellite dish here. Like if you have a Signal is usually the company here. They just have to, you just have, I think, to get the box for Armed Forces Network, and you can get the coordinates, and you can get the TV. It's free. It is free for military retirees. I thought at one time you could get a dish. Yes. You can do that. You can do that here, Troy. Me, man, you know, it's like right now, Dazzle with the Dodgers, she got an app like on her phone. It's like called Spot TV. Spot TV is what it's called. It's only like 300 pesos, you know, so it's like a month, 300 pesos. So we just get that during the playoffs, you know. We'll get that and watch the games. Edgar says, I'm the white giant. That's funny. Tim Melker Adventures. Good morning. Hey, good morning. From Thailand. Thank you for joining the live stream, my friend. Been watching your videos. I saw your proposal video. Tim Melker, they have a YouTube channel. They're in Thailand. So if you want to view videos of their adventures in Thailand, check out their channel, Tim Melker Adventures. So today, I think I'm just gonna wait. What the plan is, Edgar? You know, I don't know what the plan is. I know Gray is probably still sleeping. I don't know what the plan is today. I know the original plan is the beach today, but looks like it's raining. Looks like it's raining still. So we will see. We'll be moving back to. Okay, you're gonna be in Negros. All right, soon. So back home for. That would be great, man. Negros, Dazzle and I visited Negros. We drove, actually. We took our car, our tiny Toyota Wigo, from Dumangas in Iloilo. You can board your car into like the Roro, the roll on, roll off. 4 hours. If you go from Iloilo to Bacolod City on the fast craft, it's only 2 hours. But if you take your car, the Roro, the boats are slower because, you know, they got buses in there, they got trucks in there, in your car. It took 4 hours to get to Bacolod City. And then when we landed in Bacolod City, we drove all the way to Dumaguete City. I think it took me 7 hours from Bacolod City to Dumaguete City, but we stopped along the way. But total, if you drive it total straight, it'll be 7-hour drive. But Dazzle and I, we took our time driving to Dumaguete City. We just wanted to see Dumaguete City because I know that was one of the places where a lot of expats go. We were curious, you know, and glad we did that we visited. Do you ever go back? No, I don't go back to the United States. I've been here 14 years. When I get my Social Security, I will be getting my, I'm 59 now, so in less than 3 years, I will get my Social Security. Once I get my Social Security, we'll have more funds to do those kind of things. I will take Dazzle on a vacation to the U.S., Japan. I want to take her. The thing with Dazzle, she don't like to fly. She hates flying. She's scared of flying. So I've taken her to Singapore before. I was hoping I can take her to Thailand, South Korea, and Japan, but she's just afraid to fly, and I don't want to like force her to fly. That's why we take a lot of ferries. We take a lot of ferries here in the Philippines. We've even taken a ferry from Caticlan to like Batangas. It took us like 12 hours on the ferry because Dazzle doesn't enjoy flying at all. But if we do go back, I wanted to like experience. I've always, when I moved here, it was 2011, and that van life movement wasn't that big yet in the United States. Not as big as it is now. And I wanted to do that with Dazzle. We've talked about it before. I wouldn't mind going to the U.S., renting one of those vans where we can sleep in the van and then just travel the U.S. like Nevada for sure, Arizona, California, Texas, New Mexico, just that area because I have relatives there. I'll have friends that I want to visit, so I wanted to do that with Dazzle, and then take her to like Yosemite Park. Like the iconic like Grand Canyon. I wouldn't mind. I have a friend Joel and Eileen. They live by the Grand Canyon, so places that I want Dazzle to see, but I want to see it like in a van, drive the US, and then I don't want to like just fly to different spots in the US, I want to experience that van life because if I was living in the United States now, retired, I would have been doing the van life for sure. That's what I would have been doing. I wish that was more popular back when I was still in the US. How do you like the Wigo? Oh, we love our Wigo, man. The Wigo's awesome. It's a 3-cylinder car, but it's got a lot of giddy up on it. I mean, we made it up all the way up to Baguio City, if you can believe it, on a tiny economy car like the Wigo, 3-cylinder, all the way up to Baguio City. We got that car up there, and it didn't struggle on the hills. It didn't struggle a lot. We took Marcos Highway. We didn't take that Cannon Road. I guess Cannon Road is steeper climb. But it made it fine on Marcos Highway climbing up to Baguio City. Electric trike, but we're thinking Wigo. Yeah, my friend also, Michael C., he joins the channel here. He lives in Trece Martires. He just bought a Wigo like maybe 6 months ago. He loves it. It's a great car. We bought ours brand new in November 2018. It's a 2019 model. Zero problems at all. No engine problems, nothing wrong with it. It's got 40,000 kilometers now. I think that's about 25,000 miles, because we're in Panay Island. There's not many places we can go here, but great gas mileage. Actually surprised me. I'm 5'10", so I'm a little taller than most Filipinos, but when I sit there's plenty of headspace. Usually when I sit in a car, like a small economy car, I'm nearing like hitting the roof, but this one, not a problem. No, we love it. I mean, I highly recommend it. It's like, I'm hoping we got at least 4 or 5 more years on this Wigo because Dazzle does want to upgrade because to a bigger, like a small SUV. We're looking at two vehicles, the Suzuki Jimny, 4-door Suzuki Jimny, or now we also like the Toyota Rush. The Toyota's got this mini SUV called the Rush. Really nice. There's a Toyota dealership here in Numancia. That's why I get to look at all the Toyota cars all the time. I've always been a fan of Toyota. Toyota to me are like one of the best cars around is Toyota. James and Karen. All right, James and Karen from James and Karen's Adventure. Good morning, James. I'm sure it's raining there, man. It's like been raining here all day yesterday, and then this morning I think it stopped around 4, but it's still sprinkling right now here in Numancia. Echo Charlie. Good afternoon, Ginno from Southern California. All right, Southern Cal, my old stomping grounds, Southern California. I graduated from Long Beach Wilson High. Go Bruins, go Bruins. Unfortunately, I'm just back from the Philippines. Hopefully, I'll be going back in the spring. All right. Edgar's here. I know they became buddies with Gray. He was asking me, Gray likes to drink. they're asking you if Gray likes to drink. He likes to drink wine. Wine is Gray's favorite. Gray's always fun. It's always fun to hang out. He's one of our good buddies. Good morning. Oh, there he is, Michael C. I'm just mentioning you, Michael, about the Toyota Wigo. Your newly purchased Toyota Wigo, man. Somebody had asked how I like the. Happy Sunday. Super rain. Yes, all night last night. We didn't have the AC on because it's nice and cool. You can hear because we have a metal roof, the typical metal roof here, and you can just hear it on the roof, like pouring from like the time I went to bed, like 7:30 till 4 a.m. It was just nonstop rain, a lot of it too. So I'm thinking I'm sure if I look at my Facebook this morning, there's going to be areas in Panay Island. I know there's flooding in Capiz, in Rojas City. Not all, but parts of Rojas City is flooded. Iloilo's got flooding. And here in Aklan, I think so far Tangalan, Aklan has flooding. I haven't seen Antique whether they're flooding, but I'm sure if all this rain, I'm sure there's flooding. But flooding here doesn't stay long. Usually it'll flood an area, half a day, the flood, once the rain stops, the water recedes pretty fast here. It's not like it floods and the water stands for a long time. It's not like that here. Come to Wyoming. All right. If I time it correctly, if you're there, because I know you split your time. I know you split your time, Belus. I would love that. I would love to go to Wyoming. Like even that trail, if I drive that, that southwestern United States, I wouldn't mind going up Colorado and then hit Wyoming. I've done a lot of road travel in the U.S. and I love driving. It's like one of the things I miss actually is like I used to drive from California to Florida all the time. I do miss that. Just stopping at different areas. Seeing people, hanging out with people. Continue with the road trip. There's only so much road trip you can do here because of the islands. It's hard to do like long road trips here because you have to get on the ferry, and that could be time consuming. When you experience the putting your car on the ferry here, it's not like there's really not a system. It's not like where you can check online, register your vehicle. Here it's like it's just like anything else here in the Philippines. You got to stand in line or get put on the list. And the last time we took the ferry in Iloilo, from Dumangas, Iloilo to Bacolod City, there's just a guy with a clipboard and a piece of paper and what's your name? It's like he writes your name, but he flips the paper. So he's got like a list. So I don't know how he works it. And then when a boat comes in, it's like a mad rush. Everybody's like trying to maneuver. He's calling out names. It's big confusion when it's like time to board the ferry. And like me, luckily my car is small. The Wigo is small. It can fit through anything, right? When I got on the Roro, they put me like at the very back. I don't think it was even a slot for a car. I had to like go through. I was like by the engine, loud engine. I had to park my car there. And what was kind of weird is like there's not straps. You would think they would strap my car. There was no straps. I was like, what happens if this thing boats? The boats start doing this. But we always travel like during the summer months. I would never ride my car or a ferry here like July to December. Too rough. The seas are too rough during that time of the year. For me, I will only travel on the ferry from January to June. That's just my rule. That's just my rule, my personal rule, because like I'm not gonna risk it when they have rougher seas. It's like you just never know. Safety first. So the Wigo would be the kind of like the Geo Metro. It's bigger. It's bigger than, you would be surprised, man, with the Wigo. Like yesterday, right? I was the driver. Gray was on my passenger, and Gray's a big guy. I don't know if you've seen him on the video. Gray's he's a bodybuilder. He's a big guy. So me, Gray, and then in the back it was Nicole, Leanna, Mom, and Dazzle in the back. So we got 6 people. We got 6 people in the car, and it made it fine. It's like it's got more room than I know what the Geo Metro is. It's got more room than that. I think the Geo Metro. There's a vehicle here that's similar to that here. I can't think of, but the Wigo definitely has more room. Yeah, surprisingly, it's got more room than the Geo Metro. Love those little cars. Thanks for the tips on the Wigo. When we move back, we will look at them. Yeah. And here, one thing you have to consider is here in the Philippines, you know, I see big trucks. I see people owning like the Ford Ranger, the Raptor, you know, gigantic SUVs, right? Man, here in the province, it's hard to park that thing. You know, it's like if I go to Calibo, man, I can't park it on the street. You know, in Calibo, it's like there's hardly any parking. If you go to the mall, that's where you would park it. Man, my Wigo is tight when I park it at the mall. The mall parking lot, the parking spaces here in the Philippines are not the same size parking spaces in the US. So if you're parking that big truck, man, you're gonna have a hard time parking there. I see it all the time. They're like in the parking lot, struggling, like moving slowly, backing out, moving slowly, trying to park their car. Me, man, I'm just like, you know, I'm going there, yep, I'm out. You know, it's like, you know, I feel like that. What is that? The little bug, you know, the VW bug back in the 70s. You know, you just like zoom in, zoom out. You know. Herbie, that car Herbie, remember? Like Herbie used to zoom in and out, you know. I feel like that when I'm like, and easier to drive in traffic, especially in traffic here in Calibo when there's tricycles, motorbikes, the streets are tight, you know, it's like easier to drive an economy car than like a big truck or big SUV. Ray in the Philippines. All right, Ray in the Philippines. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Ray. Ray's in Tagaytay. I'm sure you're getting rain, right? The rain is like headed towards your area now, Ray. Troy, we're in Nevada now. If you guys, oh yeah, for sure. That would be less than 3 years away. We're looking at like 2028. That will be the year that we travel. If we travel to the U.S., we'll do that. Definitely, man. We'll stop by your place, Troy. It'll be amazing, man. We can hang out, man. That would be so cool. Troy actually got to hang out with me here in the Philippines before, so it'd be amazing for me to get to hang out with you in Nevada, man. That'd be awesome. And we have people. I have my cousin in Las Vegas that I want to visit in Nevada, so we're gonna be there anyway. My kuya Beng in Las Vegas. He lives in Las Vegas. And Tim C. I'm gonna go see Tim C in Las Vegas too. He's another guy on the live streams here. If you guys come over, let me know for sure. I'll park our van life thing on your driveway, man. Then think of getting a travel van too. All right, Troy. Too many stretches in Nevada in the middle of nowhere, so make sure you to never pass. Yeah, that's, you know, we'll have that in the van. We'll have the portable potty in the van, so that's not going to be an issue. That's why I like the van. You know, not a problem. You know, tight spaces is not the problem for Dazzle and I. We're used to it, man. Our house is like 430 square foot, so we're used to like small spaces. Everything's portable, you know, in our house. Like that's like our one burner electric stove right there. Everything's like miniaturized in our house because, you know, we have a tiny house, so we're used to that. That's why our van life is gonna be easy for us. You know, we're looking forward to it. Actually, it'll be a nice adventure for us. A small SUV. Check out the Nissan Kicks back in the US. I think there's a new one. There's a Nissan dealership that just opened here in Calibo. It looks like do you remember the Nissan Xterra back in the day? I like that, you know, a little elevated Xterra, similar to that, but smaller. They made it a little smaller. There's a new, but I will. They do have a Nissan dealership in Calibo. When it's time, I mean, no rush, you know, it's like I said, we still got 4 or 5 good years on the Wigo, you know, it's like, I think everything will happen for us once my social security kicks in, because that will be a lot of, that would almost double my with my military pension, and once we get my social security, that will double my retirement pension. So that's gonna be awesome for us, And we're saving. When we bought the Wigo, we paid cash. I would never buy a vehicle here brand new and pay installments, because they'll kill you on the and the interest rates here are ridiculous. You have to save. For me anyway, I want to save the money and hand the person cash when I buy the vehicle. That's what I did with our Wigo. I had like a 625,000 pesos, 1,000 peso bills. I had like a stack. I came, I had a backpack. I went, Dazzle and I, we were on Bumblebee, our little tricycle. We got to the dealership and we went to the cashier. They go pay the cashier. I opened my backpack and I dropped all the cash in there. And they didn't even have the counter. They didn't have those things where you put the money in, like, they didn't have that. So they had to actually count the money. So I was just like looking at there. I was like all smiles. Like, I've never done that in my entire life. I never paid a cash for a brand new car. I want to do that again. I want to do that again when I buy our SUV. That's why we prefer saving our money and then dropping cash. No credit. I don't even own a credit card anymore. I don't have a U.S. credit card. I don't have a Filipino credit card. Everything I do here is cash or GCash. As far as reserving airline tickets, hotels, all that, I just do it with 7-Eleven. You can go to Agoda, book your airplane, book your hotel, anything you need to book, and they'll give you a QR code. You could just go to 7-Eleven and pay it at 7-Eleven cash. Everything is cash basis for me now. It's like I just don't trust like the credit system anymore. Too many people are getting ripped off with the credit system now. Their identity stolen, their credit card number stolen. Next thing you know, there's like charges on your account. In the US, it's easier to handle that, right? Because you can call the credit company and they'll lock out all the cards. The charges aren't going to be your responsibility. It's not that easy here in the Philippines. In the Philippines, if you own a Philippine credit card and something happens to that card, they'll still blame it on you, and it's gonna be a long process, stressful process to prove that you didn't do the charges on that credit card. So that I just gave up on credit cards. I don't do them anymore. Love the Wigo. I know. Michael C loves it, man. You're taking good care of that Wigo, man. Michael's like. I'm 6 foot. Yeah, Michael's taller than me. And I still have headroom. Yep, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's surprising. I'm sure it surprised you, Michael, when you tried, because it's just really well engineered, well constructed. The Toyota Wigo is really well constructed. Good morning, Dazzle TV. Good morning. Posse. All right, there's JP. JP's in the house. JP in the house. And I did a shout out to you, JP, because I always think of you now, JP, when we're out and about. Like when I was at the Esplanade filming that there was people fishing. Anytime there's fishing, I'm thinking of JP, because that's one of JP's goals here when he gets to the Philippines, is hit as many fishing holes, fishing places here in the Philippines. And not going to be a problem, JP. I mean, there's so much water here in Aklan Province, in Panay Island. I mean, we're surrounded by water here. Surrounded by beaches, rivers, waterfalls. I mean, so many places here to fish. Many undiscovered. That's why James, that's why I love watching James and Karen's Adventure channel, because James is an adventurer, man. He's like checking out places where no one has gone before. It's like Star Trek, man. It's like trekking, it's like finding the cool new places here in Panay Island in Aklan Province. So I'm sure we'll find more and more places for you to fish in, JP. And Dazzle's, if you can tell, Dazzle's getting good, JP, with that rod and reel. She's like getting confident, flinging that thing, and she's using like the artificial bait now, and catching. They caught some bangus, some milkfish with that artificial bait. 12K, where can you get any new car for that in the US. And he said, I know, right? I know, that's how much, imagine that, it's like, I know I can't, that when I, even when I left in 2011, most cars were already hitting like $20,000. It's hard to find a car in the US back even in 2011, like that's 20,000 or below. And, for here, brand new car, Toyota, $12,000. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. It's a great car. Great car. Highly recommend that Toyota Wigo. I'll meet you in person. All right, Belu's, for sure. For sure. I know it's a matter of time till we meet each other in person, and we can plan it. I'll schedule around your time. We just take it easy when we're here. Do fun things. Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, time goes by fast. I was just telling my friend Daniel. Daniel, he's also on the live stream here normally. Daniel would we message each other now almost daily. And I just told Daniel, he says, he's counting down. He's been counting down since the year. Now I think he's down to 6 months or 5 months. But he keeps telling me, man, I can't wait. I told him, man, time goes by fast. It's like, that's why to me, I had responded to one person this morning on the comments, because I had made that one, I think, live stream where I talk about, if you can afford to retire early, if you can, don't wait till for Social Security to retire. If you can, I know many people here in their 50s here, some in their 40s that are retiring now here. They're just funding their retirement until they hit Social Security. They'll hit at least their early retirement at 62, because they just want to start living. A lot of times when you wait, man, if you wait till 62, that's the earliest for me anyway to get Social Security. If you wait that long to retire, unfortunately, you're not going to be the same body, the same physically. You're not going to be the same as you were at 50. If you wait till 62. If you're in your 50s, you're just more healthier. You can do more activities. A lot of people tell me this, and I'm going to be 60 next year, so I'll find out. I'll find out next year. But a lot of people tell me you hit that 60, it's kind of like things change, with the body, everything, the mind, the body. It's not the same as you were when you were 50 years old. So if you wait too long to retire, like that gentleman, I was responding to him in the comments, but he's worried about, he said, but don't you lose money? You lose money if you retire, if retire early. I think you lose 30% Social Security. But to me, I'm taking it at 62 because if I wait till 67, I might not be alive at 67, or I might not be able to do things at 67 that I can still do at 62. It's that's just the reality. I talk to people all the time now with our YouTube channel. I communicate guys in their late 60s, early 70s, and all of them tell me, man, I wish I had retired sooner than I did. I could have had this life in the Philippines way longer than the limited time now that they feel like it's limited up. I tell them, man, you're gonna live for years. You're gonna live for years. But still, most of the people I talk to, they regret not retiring sooner because they were worried about money. Because the mentality, I think, in the U.S. when it comes to retirement, they convince people in the U.S. that you need $500,000 to retire or something crazy number like that in the U.S. That's why many people really wait so long to retire, make sure that they built that humongous nest egg, and then what actually happens when they get to that retirement, they can't enjoy it because it's harder to travel when you're late in life. Harder to get on that plane. It's sitting on the plane for 18, 20 hours, or you just my friend even told me this, man, I think I'm getting that angry old guy. It's my friend is 69 now, and I was communicating. He's been my friend now for 4 years since we did YouTube, and he's telling me, Ginno, I think I'm becoming that angry old man, that I used to see other people, because that's what's happened. It's you're not that, things start aching, things start happening to the body. It's not, you're not the same, so to me, if you have that opportunity to retire early. If you're gonna have less money but you're retiring early, I think that's why that's what the Philippines, Southeast Asia, Mexico, Panama, all these countries that you can live on the lower budget. That's what these countries are there for. It allows you to retire early. I know it's difficult to retire in the U.S. if that's your goal. If you're retiring in the U.S., it's just hard to retire in the U.S. with with the cost of living in the United States. Edgar, right there. It's just a shame you missed filming grade dropping. Mom. Edgar said I miss filming grade dropping your biggest fish, in the pond, and then later when he slipped and fell. Guess so. That's my fish story, and I'm sticking to it. That's funny, Edgar. That's your fish story. Okay, you know what Grace gonna say? Man, I'm so angry. Grace gonna go. That's Grace's favorite thing. I'm so angry. Michael C. The Hyundai Eon is like the Geo Metro. Oh, thank you. I couldn't think of it, Michael C. But they're smaller. Definitely the Metro, the Hyundai Eon is smaller than the Wigo is like good room. Like I said, man, there was like 6 of us in the car yesterday going to the Washington. Good AM, Ginno fam and the Panay Posse. Good morning, Fortune. Jane, I'd like to meet up with you guys in Wyoming, Beluga. All right. Then someday we're gonna make it happen. Jane. Someday. Ours, I'm targeting 2028 is what I'm targeting our road trip in the United States. A few months, I figure we'll, at least 3 months to 4 months we'll be in the United States. That's what I plan on doing. We're saving up for it for sure. Even now we're saving up for it, and then with my Social Security kicking in, once I get that, that's a huge blessing for us. So we definitely can afford activities like that. Just came home from. All right, Fortune. God bless, brother. God bless. John P. Before I forget, Dazzle may need to take about 10 to 15 feet of line off of her pole. It gets little cuts after. Oh, okay. All right. She has, that that rod and reel. Dazzle got that. There's 2 of them. One was for Leanna, but Mom uses the other one now. We got that from our good friend Gary. He sent it to us. Amazon Prime. He bought it in the U.S., sent it to us here. But I'll make note of that. But yeah, it makes sense because it's the same line that's she's been using that now for a while. I think she's got an extra reel too, extra one too. So thank you. I'll let Dazzle know. JP. Ryan, my good friend Ryan. We got to hang out together this past week here in Calibo. Ryan is the guy that I went to Bacawan Eco Park with. Good morning, Ginno. Just got over a case of. Oh man. Sorry to hear that, Ryan. In Iloilo. Man, of all places, Iloilo, man. They got good food there. But that's how it is sometimes. It's like. Hopefully you get over the food poisoning. Lowell. Kumusta? Hey, kumusta? Lowell from Oregon. God bless, Lowell. Sounds like a gangster with all that money. Sounds like I did, man. I feel like a gangster going in there with like a cash. It's like I had stacks, man. I got stacks of 1,000 pesos. It's like I've never held that much cash. And they had to count it. They had to count it. I had the cashier, and the lady had to like get the money, and she's laying there counting. I'm watching her count it. She's stacking it like 50,000. James is going to end up finding that hidden World War II Japanese gold. Oh, I know that. What is that called? What is that called? I forgot the name, but I know what you're talking about. The hidden gold here in the Philippines from World War II. From all of James' advance. I would not be surprised if James finds that. Good morning. Yeah,
Like a treasure?
yeah, it's a treasure. It's like gold. They buried gold here. The Japanese during World War II, they buried a lot of gold here in the Philippines. Man, that gold will be worth a lot more now too because gold is like over 4,000 an ounce. You're gonna be super rich if you find that gold.
That's my name.
Good morning, Ginno. Ted from. Hey, Ted. All right, Ted. Good morning. Ted's got that nice house. It's built already, but he's still constructing. I see him still building a few things outside his home, but he's got a nice spot there in Bohol. Up in the mountain area in Bohol, he got a view of the ocean. He got a view of Cebu, man. It's like an amazing. He does live streams, like his channel right there. Where's that? Oh, it didn't show your Journeys. I think Journeys in Bohol is his channel, and he does live streams up on his top balcony where he has that amazing view of the ocean and Cebu. Yeah, Journeys in Bohol. Check out his channel. There. Lowell, I looked up the milkfish. Oh yeah, milkfish. All right. I think I might like it. Just not sure which way would be the best way to cook it. Many ways to cook the milkfish. Mom, what's your best way that you like milkfish? Grilled? Grilled, like just grilled. You just put the milkfish in like a barbecue, like charcoal, and you grill it both sides. That's like.
Put something, tomato and onion.
Oh yeah, put tomato and onion inside.
Yeah.
Just to add a little bit of flavor in it.
Yeah.
But that's probably between milkfish and tilapia, those are the two most popular fish here in the Philippines. Milkfish is everywhere. You cannot go to a market here, public market, without milkfish. That's like a staple in Filipino cooking. They'll cook it that way. I don't see bangus being fried a lot. Maybe when they fillet it, right, Mom? When they do have that. What they do is like they'll cut the milkfish, fillet it open, remove all the bones, right, and then they marinate it with like vinegar, right, and then they cook it, like they call it daing na bangus, and they'll fry it that way. But most of the time people cook it either grilled barbecue or in a soup dish. You'll see bangus on a soup dish, like paksiw, right, Ma'am?
Paksiw.
Yeah.
And then cook with the egg.
Yeah. Paksiw na bangus. They just chop the whole bangus, like head, tail, everything, and they put it in a soup with several ways you can try bangus. But I think to start out, I think you might like it where they fillet it. That way it's deboned. You don't have to worry about bones. That's how I like it. And they fry it. It's like I like that. The daing, the bangus.
They call it boneless bangus.
Boneless bangus. Because bangus, the milkfish, got a lot of bones in it. So it's good to eat it costs more, of course, because they debone it. But boneless bangus is like, that's the way to go. That's the way I like to eat it. That's the way I like to eat it. Fortune, good day. Belus, Charlie, Edgar, all right. Yep, the money at 62 and run. The money at, I don't know, right? To me, people have mentioned to me, why would you get the money at 62? You're living well anyway with your military pension. Wait till you're 67 to get more money. But I'm not thinking, man, that's 5 more years. It's like, no telling what will happen in 5 more years, man. I want to enjoy the money. I worked for that money, right? We worked for that money. We paid into Social Security. I want to collect that money as soon as I can. That way I have the time to still enjoy that money. I'm happy for Edgar having a nice time there, and many he is, and they even Edgar even posted a reel. You know, the Edgar's like dancing on the reel. I mean, yeah, singing, he's singing karaoke, he's dancing. I mean, Edgar's having a blast here. You know, he's got friends here. He's got, you know, he's part of our family. We treat Edgar like he's my brother. You know, so if Edgar needs anything for me, I'm there for him. Andrew, you can be a vlogger and then do virtual jobs. Yeah. I mean, vlogging is hard though. You know, there's a lot of vloggers. There's a lot of vloggers here in the Philippines. It's not as easy as people think. You know, vlog. You know, I think getting to monetize, and then once you're monetized, it's still, you got to work at it. You know, it's like. Don't turn into Mr. Wilson. Don't turn into Mr. Wilson. Good day, James and Karen. Michael C. All right. Good day, Ray, JP, Lowell, Ryan. All right. I like it. I like the vibe, man. How everybody knows everybody. Everybody's greeting everybody. I like that. I like that we're friends. You know, you're all my friends. If you come here to Kalibo, like I did that one thing. You have a friend here in Kalibo if you come here. You know, it's like, what did you eat, Ryan? Oh, I know, right? About retiring early. I just turned 49, Melinda 43. I will take my early retirement also if it's still around in 13 years. I know, right? You know, that's another reason I want to take it. You know, it might not be around, man. I want to take it while I can still get it. The cost of living during the Philippines is a lot less. So even taking less at 62, it is. I think, you know, I agree. I agree because, you know, now, you know, like I'm helping people here that's like, on that budget, on that retirement budget, you know, that's the people I really like helping, the ones that are on a budget, because I know they're getting here with, you know, less Social Security, but they're making it so far. You know, it's like the people that I've helped here. Morning, JP and Fortune. Definitely the best decision I ever made was coming here, thanks to Ginno. Oh, thank you, Edgar. I'm happy, man. I'm happy for you, brother. And we're gonna be brothers. You know, I'm here for you. Whatever you need from me, I'm gonna make sure you have a good life here. I'll be here to assist you. Good morning, Fortune, James, Karen, Ray. All right, you can feel the cuts if you run your. Oh, okay. I'll tell that to Dazzle. I can kind of see, like, you know, probably like the bend right on the nylon. It makes sense. JP. I'll let Dazzle know. That's her, you know, that's her baby, man. You know, the rod and reel. Dazzle's always like fine tuning it, always like making sure nobody touches it. You know, it's like people wanted to use Dazzle's rod and reel, and she's like, she lent it a little bit, but she was like, time to put it away. Because she didn't want it to break, you know, because if it breaks, you know, it'd be hard for her to replace it here. We'd have to go to Iloilo. We'll have to go to Iloilo to get it replaced. Yes, Edgar. Not only you got friends, but they will care for you, help you when you need help. They will be happy to help. Yes, we are. We're, you know, it's like whatever Edgar needs here. Yamashita, that's it, Mom. Yamashita.
Yamashita
Yeah. See.
Yamashita treasure.
Yeah, see, Mom knows Yamashita. Thank you, Fortune. Thank you for. I think everybody in the Philippines is looking for Yamashita's gold. Yeah, Yamashita's gold. I think everybody's looking for that gold here in the Philippines, especially with gold over $4,000 an ounce, man. That's a treasure. That's a real treasure now. Hello, Ginno. Hey, Obi, my good friend Olson, Aliyah, and Isaiah in Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning, my brother. Good day, Obi. Edgar, I am very happy for you, and I will be there soon. All right, good to hear, JP. Fortune, good day, Ted. Obi, hi, Fortune, good to see you on, my brother. All right. Good morning, Ginno and everyone. Bizwax. All right, Bizwax. Fortune Ibernes, stuffed bangus, daing na bangus. Bangus a la pobre. I think I've eaten most of that. The bangus a la pobre. What do you know what that is, ma'am? Bangus a la pobre.
You ordered already, I think, in that.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, mom said I already ordered it before. So, I've ordered pretty much all the different ways to eat bangus. Because I don't mind the bangus when there's not a lot of bones, I'm careful when there's the bony bangus because I don't want to get that stuck in my throat.
Even Ed.
Yeah, even Ed,
Yeah,
even Edgar,
Ed
yeah,
already.
yeah. Because you don't want that bones, from the milkfish. Rellenong banus, that's one of my favorite. Rellenong banus, the stuffed bangus. I like that where they mush the because there's not a lot of bones on that. They remove the bones on that too. Ginno, I believe you're referring to Yamashita's gold. Yeah. Everybody now, we're all gonna be looking for Yamashita's gold. My friend James and I, we're gonna be hunting for Yamashita's gold here in Aklan province. Let's go find Yamashita's gold. I saw your latest cost of living video. Loved it. All right. Thank you for the video. It gives us an idea how much to make ours and it will cost us when, it's like, everybody's have a different budget here. I know people, it's like, some people will say, you can't live, you're not living in the Philippines if you're living on less than 2,000, less than 3,000. Those more likely are the people living in BGC. It's like, I understand. Rent in BGC alone can be like $1,000 a month. So there's no way I could live there on BGC. But here in the province, in Aklan province, I've been living here for 14 years now. And my budget has never been over 1,200. There was a time when it was Dazzle and our budget was only like 700 a month or 800 a month, because it's low cost of living here. Our mortgage on the house here is only $200 a month. So we have plenty of if even on a 1,200, 1,200 budget, if our mortgage 200, we still have 1,000 pesos, $1,000 or right now 58,000 pesos. That's a healthy income here in the Philippines. It's like you can do a lot with 58,000 pesos here. It helps that I eat Filipino food and that we eat Filipino food, and I understand that because I know some foreigners don't eat Filipino food, so their cost is more because they eat more beef. Beef is expensive here. It's not us. We're Filipinos, so we eat fish, we eat vegetables and rice. That's our main staple here. So we get to cut the cost of food, and we eat good food. It's not like we eat out almost every week. You see on our Facebook page, or I try to post on the Dazzle TV YouTube page, we go out to eat once a week, but we don't, even when we eat out, we don't spend a lot of money. Even the four of us, Mom, Dazzle, Liana, and I, if we go eat out in a restaurant here for four, we don't spend more than 1,000. We spend $18 for lunch or dinner for the four of us because the cafes in Calibo, they're pretty inexpensive. They can't make it expensive in Calibo because it's a small town. We don't have fine dining. We don't have fine dining in Calibo. Most of the dining places in Calibo, you get your rice, vegetable, and fish, seafood dish, and everything is reasonably priced. Bizwax, Edgar, best decision I made 2.5 years ago. Ginno was very instrumental in my. All right, thank you, Bizwax. I appreciate that, my brother. YouTube is fine until they decide you are making money and they change the rules. Yeah, for me, it's like I'm at the point, I'll keep doing it. I'm not doing it for the money, JP, because it's not a lot of money that we make on YouTube. So for me, I just like meeting good people. Putting good people in my life. Fun people, when I hang out, I love hanging out. Gray, Edgar, you should see the three of us. We're just laughing the whole time yesterday because we give, I get that experience with expats. I don't get that experience with Filipinos here, where we harass, we rag each other, we give each other a hard time. You know, Filipinos here they're sensitive. They're sensitive. The locals, you know, I have to be, even though I'm Filipino, when I hang out with Filipinos here, I have to be careful because Filipinos are just sensitive. You know, it's like not unlike Americans. You know, when I hang out with Edgar, and Gray, we can pretty much say anything. And it's like, we know it's just teasing. We know it's just for fun. You know, we give each other a hard time. But that's just how the American culture, the American dynamic. That's, you know, with Filipinos, you got to be, you know, Filipinos sometimes, you know, I can speak Tagalog, right? And I can kid around with them in Tagalog, and we're doing this. But next thing you know, something might, you know, a single word, a single, you know, that they feel like it's an insult. I never feel that with expats. With expats, it's always like, you know, because, you know, Gray was in the military, I was in the military. So when we kid around, we know, you know, military jokes are like, you know, we were pretty rough. We're pretty rough in the military when we're hanging out. Anything goes in the military. Vegas Will. All right, Vegas Will. Good morning, kababayan. Good morning, kababayan. All right. Edgar, Biz. The best thing, I hope more people listen to Ginno and take the leap too much. Fun to retirement. Yeah, you know, and like, you know, I've said it many times. It is a leap of faith, and I get that, you know. Coming from the United States, thousands of miles away, jumping to the Philippines. It's a leap of faith. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care how much prepared you are when you get here to the Philippines. It is a leap of faith. When you get here, you know, it's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. You know, that's going to be a common thing. You're going to be like, oh man, you know, it's like, you can, like I said, watch all the videos. It's good that you're watching all the videos. It's good that you're learning about visa, about banking, about medical, you know, medical especially. Learn about medical. But once you get here, it's just like that. Once you land, like let's say you land in Calibo, you get an apartment, you walk out of your apartment, you start walking. Just the senses, all of a sudden, the noise, the tricycles, the loud motorbikes, the roosters, the stray dogs. You know, it could be overwhelming. You know, it's a different experience watching it than being in it. I know it's a leap of faith, but you know, the people that I help, you know, Edgar being one, Ruben's another one. You know, it's like Nefty, you know, Mel. You know, it's like they have found a good life here. They have met good people here. You know, I know people get scared all the time. Oh, there's a lot of scammers in the Philippines. Watch out for the Filipina scammer. But you know, you can't go into the Philippines with that attitude. You know, if you do, you know, chances are you'll meet a scammer. You know, it's like, you know, you know, if you're so worried about it. But there's just good people, and I know there's a lot of good people here in the province. You know, you might get, you know, some of the scammer more in the cities, because the city people, they've just adapted that Western style, you know, lives. I mean, people in the cities here, if you live in Manila, in Cebu, it's a hard life there. You know, you're talking about dealing with like public transportation. You're dealing with like the subway, LRT, MRT. There's people, I watch it on YouTube. There's people in Manila, it takes them 2-3 hours just to get to work. I'm like, I couldn't imagine that. I was watching this lady. She comes from like Laguna and she works in Makati. It takes her 2.5-3 hours a day one way just to get to work, and then work all day, and then, you know, she has to get up like early in the morning, gets home at like almost midnight. You know, I was like, damn, that's a hard life. You know, here in the province, man, people in the province are just laid back. A lot of people here are just chilling, you know, because there's farming here, there's fishing here. People don't starve here. In the city, if you live in Manila, Cebu City, you're gonna starve there if you're not working. You know, the rent, you know, the living costs there. Here in the Philippines, most people here in the province, you know, you got people planting. You know, they got tomatoes, they got, you know, eggplant, they got stuff in their yard. You know, and fish is inexpensive. You know, you can buy a kilo of fish, 2 pounds of fish for like 180 pesos, less than $3. And that's, you can feed yourself a long time with that fish, so just a lot cheaper, a lot, people are more simple. People are more simple in the province. They're not worried about the clothes they wear, in the city. When you go in the cities here, you got to wear, you gotta wear shoes. You gotta wear shoes. If you're going in the subway, if you're going into like in the buildings in the city, you can't be walking in there in flip flops. Here in the province, I wear flip flops every day. The only shoes I wear is like my running shoes. If I feel like I it's gonna be a lot of walking, so I'll wear my running shoes. The Colonel, good morning. Good morning, the Colonel. Ginno and the family. Thank you, Colonel. Good day, Colonel. Good morning, Fortune. Captain Ron, too. Yamashita, the Tiger's Treasure, is the movie. I might have to watch that movie, man. I know. There's a lot of story about Yamashita's gold. I tried finding bars in the area that has live bands. That is one of the main night entertainment that I enjoy. Any suggestions? I found plenty in the larger cities, but pretty much anywhere you go, lower. Like I know in Calibo, what's popular here, it's not bars that, it's more like food parks. That's popular. There's a couple of food parks in Calibo. What happens is the food park, you go in there, and there's several like kiosks, like stands, like barbecue, sisig, burgers, and drinks, like cocktail drinks and beer, right? There's maybe like 8 or 10 of those. And then in the middle, they'll have benches and chairs where you can sit. And they have live acoustic music, That's pretty common now. And most of your nice restaurant, there's a Hayahay restaurant, newly built. Was that on the video? Or I'm trying to think if I showed it on the video already. But Hayahay, they built one by Lambingan Beach at the Esplanade. Humongous restaurant, seafood restaurant, grilled seafood, you name it. And they have live acoustic music there. Actually, my friend Iya, my friend Iya sings there at night. I saw her do a video, and she was like on Facebook singing. She always play good voice, good singer, and she's always singing there at the Hayahay. So if that's the kind of entertainment, you'll see that at, you don't have to go to the big cities for that. You'll see that even in the provinces. But the larger cities would have like, I know what you're thinking, like the rock and roll bands, like a typical, like a whole band like that sings a lot of Journey songs. For some reason, Filipinos like Journey. That's one of the favorite. I guess because Arnel Pineda used to be the lead. He replaced the lead singer for. He was, I guess, one of the lead singer for Journey. But there's a lot of that. If you're looking for a place like that, the big bands that perform, yeah, that would be in the city. That would be in like Manila or Cebu. The bad thing with Manila is Cebu. It could be overwhelming. It's like you're gonna deal with city traffic. Safety is an issue, in my opinion. Safety is an issue just because unfortunately, when you're in a city, when more money, it's like there's criminal element. You just don't see that a lot in the provinces. Like I know in Calibo, you don't see because in Calibo, if a crime happens, it's a big deal. The police here, man. If you do any crime in Calibo, they'll put you're on Facebook. They're not hiding your face. They're putting you're out there. Your family's gonna be embarrassed. If you do something wrong in the province, you're gonna be in Facebook. They're gonna you're gonna go viral. You're an embarrassment to your family. So people don't really do a lot of crime here in the province. Gray kept getting upset over me picking on him, dropping mom. Mom Snail. He just does that. He just does that, Edgar. He's not really mad. Great. He's just funny that day. Dropping the whale of a fish. It was a big fish. I think it was the biggest one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I think that was the biggest
Oh,
fish.
that
I think that was the biggest fish. This fact, Gino, you're absolutely right. I feel I can joke around expats. Around Filipinos, you get to aware, yes, right? Even me, I'm Filipino, I'm Filipino American. I speak Tagalog, but I'm careful with other Filipinos because Filipinos are sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings because next thing you know, you don't even know somebody's already mad at you or angry at you, you know. Expats just can take a joke, sarcasm, sarcasm a lot of times, it's hard, especially if it's in English, even sometimes in Tagalog, sarcasm can be taken the wrong way by a Filipino. So I don't do it. I don't kid her. Most of the time when I hang out with Filipinos, even my classmates in college, I don't joke around. I don't give them because I don't want to offend anybody. But I know with expats, I can. With expats, my brothers anyway. Once you'll know that you're one of my brothers when I'm like joking around with you and I can kid around with you. Then we're brothers. I'm still careful with other expats when I initially meet them. Of course, I'm not comfortable yet whether they might take it the wrong way. I'm careful that way because I just don't want to offend anybody. I was going to see if I could get Gray to drop one of Dazzle's big fish. After I get there.
When I did, maybe we can take it the beach.
Oh yeah, on the
It's
beach.
good, oh.
Yeah, it is getting better, but it's still cloudy. I'm sure if we go to the beach, it'll still rain. But I'm okay. It's like rain doesn't bother me even on the beach. Speaking of flip-flops and shoes, I can't find anything over a size 11 in tile. How is it in the Philippines? 11. You can find the thing in the Philippines is just flip. I mean, there's like if you go to the mall or especially like SM Mall or Robinson, man, they got a whole aisle of like flip flops. I mean, from like so many brands of flip flops, different designs too. It's not just like you can all kinds of designs now because it's a good seller for them. Like I like the one that says island.
American size din.
Yeah, you can because I just bought one. I just bought the Islander. Islander is my brand. I like this is my brand of flip flops. This is my favorite flip flop. It's called the Islander. Because I like it because it doesn't have the thing on the bottom here. Usually it breaks. That's the first thing that breaks, that round thing on the bottom here. But this one doesn't. Pretty sturdy, the Islander. And this one I pay, I think, 300 to 400 pesos, depending on the store. Different colors. But man, they have at least 30 brands now of flip-flops here. 11's not a problem. Not a problem. I've seen because the last time I bought this, I saw bigger ones. I was like looking at them. I was like, dang, these are gigantic. I'm a 9'10". I'm a 9'10". So it's like 11 was like, man, this is a pretty bigger than 11 even.
And there's one Crocs. They call it Crocs.
Crocs, yeah. Well, that's an American brand, I think, Mom.
Yeah.
The Crocs, Dazzle's got one of those Crocs.
Liana, this one.
Oh,
This one.
yeah, Leanna's got this, like Crocs, but this is not the real one. she got the bootleg. She got the bootleg. Dazzle got the original Crocs. Leanna got the bootleg one. I wear a size 12W or 13. Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem, especially if you go to SM, any of the SM malls, they'll have your size. I've seen a big size there. It's the best to order them online. Yeah, you can order it through Lazada too. Lazada's got everything. I mean,
planning Edgar to find Edgar.
I find the site. Usually, like in the cities, you got better selection. Like if I go to Iloilo, I'll find everything in Iloilo because Iloilo's got like Foot Locker even. It's got like what's that brand? New Era. New Era. All the brand names in the U.S. They're in Iloilo City. We don't have that here. We're limited. We're limited here in Calibo. The Grand Gaisano Mall, that's our biggest mall here, and limited as far as like items that you might be used to like in America. But if you go to places like Iloilo City, Cebu City, Bacolod City, those places will have what you're used to like seeing in the United States. Bizwax. I was in Ohio 2 months ago. Hey, Edgar's from Ohio, man. Edgar's from Ohio. He's a Buckeye. He's a Buckeye. So being around friends, both Philams and Americans, no filter when we tease. I know, right? That's the thing, you know. That's why I enjoy. When I'm hanging out with Gray and Edgar, we can tease each other, you know. It's like we can give each other a hard time. It's all fun. It's all fun because, you know, we're brothers. You know, we know it's just for fun. Buckeyes won today. All right. Go Buckeyes. D Ohio State. D Ohio State. All right, I got to the bottom. I got to the bottom of the comments. All right, I think I'm gonna end the live stream here. I kind of want to eat breakfast. I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna make me a breakfast burrito. I have like the tortilla, and I'll make some potatoes, eggs, cheese. I got like Mexican cheese in the fridge, and I got some salsa. So I'm gonna make myself a breakfast burrito. Edgar said, picking on Gray is my new job. And Edgar and Gray, they're neighbors. They both live at La Casa Española, so they see each other every day. So that you have a good job, man. Give him a hard time. Give him a hard time, Edgar. We like giving Gray a hard time. Edgar calls Gray the Hulk because Gray's like gigantic. He's got muscles. You know, he's a bodybuilder. Edgar, I'm sure you will be good at it. Yeah, Edgar's good, man. Edgar's got a great sense of humor. You know, it's like Edgar knows how to kid around. He's funny. Edgar makes me laugh. All right, I'm going to end the live stream right here. Thank you so much for joining the live stream this morning. Hope everyone has a good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Again, thank you. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Good. Did the storm affect you? Not too bad, Scuba Steve. We did get rain, but no, you know, our area in Numancia, our community, we never get flooded here. The developer did a good job on our development, the sewer system, so we never flood here. But I'm sure there's gonna be. I've already seen on my Facebook after this. I'm gonna go. There's flooding in Rojas City, parts of Rojas City, parts of Iloilo, and then parts of Aklan, because we have been getting a lot of rain, like from all day yesterday. All night last night till about 4 a.m. we were getting a lot of rain here. So you know, us, we're good. We're actually talking about going to the beach today. We're actually talking about celebrating a kid's birthday party today on the beach. So we'll see how our day goes. Thank you for asking, Scuba Steve. And you have a good morning, brother. You have a good morning. I saw you're getting some stormy weather in your area. I saw the video that you shared. All right. Take care, everyone. Again, thank you for joining the live stream. And everyone, please stay blessed.